What's up, guys? It's Coach Keegan of Anytime Fitness in Sandy. Just wanted to reach out to you guys again and say, hey, we're talking about deadlifts today. Hey, deadlifts today. So, the big thing that I want to address that is kind of a misconception about deadlifts is that it's mainly a back exercise. Yes, it builds your back, but maybe not in the way that you might think. Deadlift has been my favorite exercise for years, and when I started, I thought it was a lower back exercise. And come to find out, after years of experience and trial and error, it actually is a lower body exercise. So I'm going to show you guys some tips and form correction on deadlifts that can maximize your power output and your strength, but also save your back. So if you're feeling deadlifts in your back, there's probably a couple different reasons that this is happening. Generally, you see people obviously on videos and stuff where their back is very rounded and they're pulling through their spine. This fires your erectors like crazy. Those are these muscles right here that take your spine and keep you standing upright, okay? So, first thing is first, we need a stable back in a neutral position, okay? That doesn't necessarily mean perfectly straight, because our spine isn't always perfectly straight in a line. So, the biggest thing that I can say for most people is bracing through the core while in good position. So finding good position means sitting down into your deadlift. We're not taking the knees over the toes like a squat, so we're not here. What we're doing is we are pushing those knees back to the back wall until we feel some tension in these hamstrings, okay? Now, a lot of the times if you have tight hamstrings, like me, you'll see a little bit of rounding in the back. So, we want to kind of find that happy middle. And something that I find that helps is creating a little bit of space in the hips by bringing those hips out. Okay? So, now I can keep a neutral spine with tension in my hamstrings, firing in my glutes, and now I'm able to brace with my stomach. Bracing means tightening your core. So, what we're going to do is we're going to tighten my core by taking in a breath, and I'm going to squeeze my glutes and press my hips to my hands. Like so. Okay? We're not leaning back like this. That's a no-go. We want to stand here, nice proud chest, and squeezing the butt. From here, two things that I feel, my hamstrings and my glutes. Okay? So, again, sit back, feel the tension in the hamstrings, feel the tightness in the core and the neutral spine. Press the hips to the hands. Okay? From there, that should fix most people's problems. Feeling that tension in the posterior chain, hamstrings and the glutes. But if we're still feeling some back pain, there's a few things that might be going on. Your glutes might be underactive. You might have shoulders rolling forward at the top of your deadlift, or even at the bottom, okay? Which means weak lats. Or something like a sumo deadlift might be more efficient. I'm not going to go through sumo today because it's a completely different animal to attack, but for lats and glutes, there are a few things you can do. Number one with glutes, booty day. Do glutes at least once a week, whether it's glute bridges, kettlebell swings, and obviously deadlifts. And honestly, that's probably going to fix a lot of problems for you. You need to feel the activation of the glutes, squeezing, and the contraction of the muscles. Number two is lats, okay? I'm a huge proponent of lats. The deadlift, that's a huge part of this movement. So, when we're in the bottom of the position, we've created pressure in our core, neutral spine, and tension in the glutes and hams. We want to address our upper body now, because that is still part of the movement. So, we're here, grabbing the bar, creating that pressure in the glutes and hamstrings. But what if my shoulders roll forward like this? Well, what I want you to imagine is taking an orange, putting it under your armpit, and you're making orange juice with your armpits, okay? You're squeezing that orange, or a tennis ball, or whatever you want to imagine, okay? So, you can see here my shoulders are rolled forward. I'm going to create pressure by pulling those elbows and armpits into the lats, and then we drive through. You get a ton of power. As you can see, I'm not here at the top. I'm here. I'm not over-exaggerated. I'm right neutral. Okay? So, when I say the deadlift does build your back, it builds your lats. That's really the only part of your back you should be feeling the deadlift, is that activation when you create this work, okay? If you're feeling it in the lower back, you've probably got weakness in the glutes, or your hamstrings are a little tight, and you're not bracing correctly, okay? So, deadlift is not necessarily a back exercise, it is a leg exercise, but you can get benefits from it in your upper back specifically. I say deadlift is probably one of the most foundational movements for any program. So if you're scared and you're thinking, deadlifts are bad for my back, as long as you're loading correctly into the right muscle groups and really focusing on your form before you start throwing heavy weight on, your back is going to actually probably feel 10 times better than it was before, much stronger, and you're going to have nice glutes, which is always a good thing too. So, if you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to light us up in the comments and talk about stuff with each other. Or you can reach out to us at anytimefitness.com. Sandy location in Utah. We'd love to chat with you and have you come by the gym. So, see you guys later.